Saturday the 14th of January, this is our brand new show, Mad About Property and Investing. This show is going to bring you the latest in rentals and properties, news about what's going on in the property sector, and some really cool investments. So today, we've got loads to bring you. One of the greatest and most exciting things about the property sector is what's going on in the city centre of Manchester. So I'm going to bring to you 4 luxury apartments that are on the market right now. Let's start at the top. Number 1, Deansgate. Yeah, Manchester's probably most prestigious property development has got an amazing 3-bedroom apartment for sale. Coming in a cool £1,325,000, this 3-bedroom apartment is the epitome of city centre luxury right now in Manchester. Standalone bath looking over the city, wrap-around views of the city, great big kitchen space, but probably my most exciting thing is a 3rd floor party palace where there's an outside terrace and probably the greatest element of city living and partying. 24-hour concierge, 2 parking spaces. I mean, you've got to get those Ferraris somewhere, right? Number 1 tends to be a home for most of footballers around town, probably because it's near Harvey Nicks and Selfridges, but this is an amazing property. Obviously the top end of the market right now, but who wouldn't want to have a party here? Number 2 is a 2-bedroom duplex right in the Sentry Buildings. Now, Sentry Buildings are one of the most established and luxurious city centre apartment blocks in between the Airwell and a nice park, not far from San Carlo and Liars Club and Kendall's. Beautiful building marries the best of old and young, and this apartment certainly is one to look at. Coming in at £725,000 to buy, this 2-bedroom duplex is beautiful. It's got views over the riverbank, really spacious, great roof terraces. The whole thing about the Sentry Buildings is a real quality place to live. A lot of professionals from the city do work and live there. It's one of the more prestigious property and addresses in town. Lots of well-known characters do inhabit in there. I guess the only challenge I've got with the Sentry Buildings is there is a valet parking when you go there, so you can't just go and get your car. You have to book your car in advance to go and get it. So depending on how often you use your car, I know that can be a little bit of a challenge for some, but certainly look at this apartment. Coming in just north of $500,000 at $550,000 is a 2-bedroom duplex at the Edge. The Edge technically isn't in Manchester, it's just over the river there, quite near the Lowry Hotel, just into Salford. It's a very, very popular residency with people that work again in the city centre. I guess my only concern about the Edge is there are 2 buildings next to each other, and depending on where your apartment is, you do feel a sense of being watched and looked over. Having said that, it's still a fabulous place to live, 24-hour concierge, and loads of professionals do work, live and play there. This particular apartment is incredibly finely appointed. Bespoke finish, 2 bedrooms, and a beautiful corner aspect wraparound balcony. The other interesting thing, because it's just over the water when you're living in Salford, is you're not paying the same sort of rates and council taxes, so it's actually a great investment, and certainly that whole area is booming around Blackfriars and into Salford. Certainly it's well worth a look if you're looking for a decent investment or property in the city. And finally, what about getting your own penty pad? There is a 3-bedroom penthouse up on Whitworth Street West. Steeped in history this side of town, from Oasis to Hacienda or Oxford Road, it's a really interesting place to purchase. There's a load of major developments going on around there, from the old BBC building to the new palace that's been refurbed into the Principal. It's a really smart, up-and-coming area, and this 3-bedroom penthouse is quite spectacular. Very close to Oxford Road if you're commuting in and out. It's got 3 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, a stunning roof terrace. It is a great location, southwest facing, 24-hour concierge. I mean, this is a great penthouse, just shy of £500,000. Probably one of the best for that kind of money that's available in the city right now. Sure, there is a little bit of students over there, a little bit scruffy maybe, that bit of town, but actually there's a lot of eclectic stuff going on. You've got some great bars and restaurants, Gorillas just over the corner, Black Dog Ballroom, as well as all that major development around the BBC area. So certainly a very, very interesting property and well worth a look if you're in the market. Now, certainly our aim for this part of the show is to bring you the best in investments, and city centre Manchester is a great place to look at major investments right now. But before we get into that and looking at some of the big developments that are happening in the coming weeks, I want to highlight to you a beautiful property just outside of Manchester. And when I say just outside of Manchester, I mean Huddersfield. This 1-bedroom, beautifully restored terrace house is on the market for 100 to 110, offers open. I personally know the guy that has renovated this. It is a fantastic property and it is beautiful. So if you're looking for a little country retreat, an investment property, or maybe just to get out of the city, take a look at this. Okay, so we're going to also do sections on commercial property, but I want to just spin it on its head. Rather than tell you the best commercial property that's available in town right now, I want to reach out to people that have commercial property or agents. I've been approached by a Scottish multi-chain operator who's looking to open a new restaurant right here in the city centre of Manchester. They're looking between 6,000 to 10,000 square foot of prime retail space where they can open a new restaurant concept right here in the city centre of Manchester. So if you have a property like that on your stock or you are aware of it, please do get in contact on the detail in the description and I'll put you in touch with these great operators from Scotland. And that's it for our first week. If you do know people that maybe would be interested in these properties, tag their names in the description below. All details of properties and investments that are mentioned in this show will be in the link and the description within this video. Thanks for watching and please do remember to like our page.